Welcome back to CBS This Morning. For the first time in the historic public impeachment hearings, we'll hear from witnesses who were on the July 25th call between President Trump and the president of Ukraine. In this first session, State Department employee Jennifer Williams and Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman will testify. They have both expressed reservations over that phone call.
In the later session, Tim Morrison, formerly on the National Security Council, will answer questions, along with the former special envoy to Ukraine, Kurt Volker. This is the first of 3 days of impeachment hearings this week, with 5 more witnesses planned.
Chief Washington correspondent Major Garrett joins us from Washington. Major, good morning. So some news about a possible witness. The President of the United States, he said he's interested in writing written testimony potentially. Is that going to happen?
No, it's not. The probability of that is next to zero. Absolute zero.
Why does he say it, Major, if it's not going to happen, Major Garrett?
That is what you would classify as an improvisational outburst, something we've seen before from the president, not compatible with a well-thought-out or well-executed impeachment strategy. His lawyers would say that privately. They just can't say it publicly.
So, improvisational outburst. Like that.
An apt description. Okay, so to some more considered testimony. Overnight, we got the transcript from the embassy staffer, David Holmes, career diplomat, who was there with Gordon Sondland in that Ukraine cafe where apparently the president called Sondland. What's the significance of Holmes's testimony?
That he heard it, that he will testify under oath, that the president talked not only about this issue of investigations, but when Gordon Sondland was asked after the phone call, what's the president interested in? Does he care about Ukraine? This witness will say no, he just cares about bigger things, things that are more important to him. In this case, investigation. So it's a fact witness who heard something and will provide testimony that backs up some of the earlier testimony, specifically from William Taylor, on this call and its potential relevance to the president's state of mind and intent.
So up first today, Major, we're hearing about Jennifer Williams and the Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, who the president has called never Trumpers. First, is there any evidence that they're never Trumpers, number one? And number two, what do you expect to hear from their testimony today?
No evidence that I'm aware of, but evidence is always in these matters in the eye of the beholder. And the president sort of wants to preemptively suggest there's something wrong about their testimony because they might have some other loyalties. That's been problematic for the president because the witnesses so far seem to have and represent emphatically one priority: the country, its national interests, and their working relationship within the bureaucracy designed to advance those national interests. So trying to undercut them by saying there is something suspicious about their origins and not dealing with the facts has been a long-running White House and Republican tactic. But it has not succeeded because more often than not, these witnesses say, I'm not here for politics, I'm here for country, for service. My resume backs that up, and here's my testimony.
Major, the president's tweet against former Ukraine ambassador Maria Yovanovitch last week during her testimony, in fact, kind of complicated the Republicans' defense, and some Republicans spoke to the president after that. Do you think that's likely to change things at all?
Yes, the president called several members from the Oval Office, I'm told, on Friday and wanted a readout, and he got some bad news. The readout was, Mr. President, that tweet didn't help. You complicated matters for us. Please don't tweet about this. Do what you did on Wednesday. Say you're not focused on this and let us handle the blocking and tackling in the committee room. That's what the Republican message of the president was. He took it on board, I'm told, but also said, I got to be me. I am who I am. I'm always going to rely on my instincts. The House Republicans said, yes, sir, but your instincts on Friday vastly overcomplicated something that shouldn't have been complicated by your tweet. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Again.
Twitter notifications on for today's testimony. Major, thank you very much. And a reminder, CBS News will bring you this morning's public hearing in a special report. Norah O'Donnell will anchor it from Washington, and we expect the testimony to begin at 9 Eastern.